Hello and welcome to this video from the Edge product group of Stiles Machinery. Today we are in our High Point, North Carolina facility to go over the use and applications of the HOMAG XES 200 glue unit station, which is pictured here. My name is Jeff Tolbert and I am the Edge product specialist for Stiles here in the Northeast. I am joined by Dave Schmidt, who is our Edge product specialist in the Southeast, and Greg Hodges, who is an applications engineer in our High Point showroom. The XES 200 glue unit station is a unique solution provided by HOMAG for a variety of customer applications surrounding the gluing unit of their Edgebander. Its main features include storage device for two gluing units, in this case it is our QA65N application unit, vacuum sealing for storing PUR gluing units overnight, the ability to preheat a gluing unit outside of the machine, and the ability to purge a gluing unit outside of the machine. After we go over the process of removal and storage of a glue unit in the XES 200, we will go over some applications where this unit is a distinct advantage for production. Let's get started and turn it over to Dave and Greg in the showroom.
Okay, so first we're going to start with the removal of the QA65 glue pot so we can take it over to the XES station. It's a very simple process. We're going to start and put it on a stopwatch so we can see how long this takes. Get this going here. So we'll go ahead and hit start. And I will begin by removing some pieces on the end feed. Carefully remove this. We'll set it over here out of the way. Now this piece is a little bit more tricky, but it's still not difficult. It's got a little release lever underneath, but it's held in by magnets here, so you got to give it a little pressure to get it up, lift it off of there. So once we get that out of there, we can pull it out. Set this out of the way. Now I have my pre-melter unit that I'm using for my PUR glue, so I want to remove this out of the way so I can get to the glue pot easier. And I've already got my handles here installed. So now the next thing I need to do is disengage my glue pot, that air, and then I'm going to disconnect the cables. There's actually three connections here that we need to take off. So there's one. We have our glue level sensor down here. I'll remove that. And then we have our overall power to the unit. And we'll take that off. So then what I like to do is kind of gather my cables up here so that I can handle them easy. And then I'm going to get a hold of the handles on my glue pot. And I pull it out of there. And it's important to note that I'm wearing gloves here and safety glasses because we are working with a hot glue pot and hot glue, so we want to make sure we're safe while doing this. Now over here at the XES station, I brought it over and I will set it down to rest because normally I'll have to go ahead and open this up. As you can see in the XES, we have room for a station here, but we can hold two glue pots at the same time. We can actually preheat a glue pot on here so that it's up to temperature when we bring it over and we don't have to take any extra time. I can actually hook it up here and run it and purge glue out of it here if I need to as well. So it's definitely a time saver because I can do that while another glue pot is on the machine running and I'm not interrupting production for very long. Now I just set the glue pot down inside the unit. Then I'm going to close it. This uses a hermetic seal. And then actually what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce standard shop pressure to it. And it's going to use a Venturi effect to create a vacuum. And now I'm going to pull all the air out of this unit so that we can store the glue pot with PUR overnight. The PUR is a polyurethane reactive glue. It's different than your standard EVA. EVA reacts with heat, so once it cures you can heat it up again and basically use it again. Whereas with PUR, it reacts with moisture in the air and air. So if you leave it sitting overnight, it's going to cure and you're not going to be able to heat it up again and it creates a big problem. So we want to store it in these tanks so we can remove all that air and moisture out so we can continue to use it and store it overnight. This tank is rated to hold pressure for 72 hours, even though we've done it much longer than that. But you'll want to check with your manufacturer, your glue rep, to find out how long they recommend you can hold their PUR inside. So now I'm up to temperature. This thing's not going anywhere, and I can leave it overnight. Now I reverse the process once I'm ready to get the glue pot out again. So now I'm just going to remove the air with the vacuum. And this seals so well that I have to let it get all the way down to 0 or I will not be able to open it. So even now, it's still got a little bit of a suction there that you might have been able to hear. So now it's basically the opposite. I take the glue pot out. I could put it here to preheat it so that it's ready to go when I bring it over with minimal time. Or I can just take it right from here and bring it back. I just set it into place, unravel my cables, and then I'll just do everything basically in reverse. Cables in. I'll re-engage the glue pot so it locks it in place, and now I need to put my in-feed back in. So now I just need to feed this through ever so gently. Into place. It's locked in. Back in. Lower this back down. And now that that's back together, we will just put back in the pre-melt unit we're going to use, whether it's the EVA or the PUR, and in this case, it'll be the PUR. This. Put it in place. And then we come back over. And we're done, just under 7 minutes. So very simple process to change the glue over from one to the other, or to grab a unit stored in the XES tank.
Now that we have seen the ease of use associated with the XES 200, we want to go over a few production situations that would benefit from using this unit. The first is anyone using PUR hot melt adhesives for their product. Whether this is the primary form of adhesion or you are just getting started using it, having a reliable system to store the entire glue unit without having to purge daily is a valuable asset to any shop that uses or is considering PUR use. The higher volume of PUR production you want to do, the more likely you are to have a need for this type of system. The second scenario is changeovers. This could be between different glue types, for example from EVA to PUR or vice versa, or just between different colors of EVA. The third scenario is the use of more than one glue unit with your Edgebander. For certain high volume production scenarios, using more than one glue unit is common, and in conjunction with the use of an XES unit, you can keep your machine running product all day long, even during a variety of changeover scenarios. The fourth scenario is any situation where the most efficient production schedule is a priority. With this unit's ability to preheat and purge a glue unit outside of the machine, it eliminates costly downtime. The fifth scenario is one that every shop with an Edgebander needs to handle: cleaning and maintenance of the glue unit. The XES 200 allows ease of cleaning or maintenance of the glue unit outside of the machine. Having full 360-degree access to any part of your glue unit outside of the machine is an obvious advantage for anyone who has ever worked on a glue pot before. Thank you for watching. Please contact your region's Edge product specialist for more information and how this solution might benefit your production.